Hi, I'm El Director. Welcome to this very special two-part episode of El Director Vision's Surviving the Wild. I just want to give you a quick little introduction to what you're about to see. I initially had shot the first half of this by myself in August of 2012, and while I was out there, the camera stopped working. So what happened then was a month later, a buddy and I ended up going out together, and we took the camera, and I just started filming from where I left off as far as the location goes. So when you put these two pieces together, you actually get to see the entire trip that was made, and it's really cool and a lot of fun actually. And some of the things that we're going to be showcasing this time, we've got some fire starting, we've got how to catch and clean fish, which is really cool. We talk about some wild edibles that you'll find in the Rocky Mountain area, and just overall, I had a lot of fun doing this. Like I said, this is a huge milestone for us, switching now to high definition with the episode, so that's really cool. Please comment below, let me know what you guys think, and sit back and enjoy the ride. I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. Hey, I'm El Director. Welcome to this episode of El Director Vision. This is actually episode number 5. I'm not sure in what order things are going to be uploaded to the internet, but this is episode 5, I promise. It's been over a year actually since I've done an episode. And I've been living in Montana now all this time, and I've been so busy I haven't had a chance to get out yet. I was actually homeless for a while, living out of my car in the mountains, so I was getting to live what I teach, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, right now I'm actually staying here in this camper, this truck camper, and I've been staying at this house, which belongs to some people from church. And today, we're going to be going up into that pass there, and around the back side of the mountain. So it's pretty cool. It's going to be a long, grueling day, but it gives me a chance to showcase some new skills that I've been learning, and some other tips and stuff I learned while I was living out of my car in the mountains, some things I'd never thought of before. So with that said, let's get started. I'll show you guys what my pack looks like today. There's my backpack. It's about 25 pounds, nothing fancy. We'll go over the gear that's in it in a little bit. I'm actually going to be taking my bike, and we're going to be heading up that way first through the trail, and there's a road that cuts all the way around there to the trailhead, which is somewhere over there, a couple miles up the road, and I didn't want to have to walk it, so we'll be taking the bike to get to the trailhead, and then from there, I'll be on my own. So stick around, this is going to be fun. Man, I tell you, this is brutal. I've been mountain biking uphill for, let's see, watch says, just over an hour. Not at the trailhead yet, I'm almost there, but I need some sugar in my system if I'm gonna make it up the trail. As you can see now, we're getting much closer to that pass. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, I need some sugar, and off here on the side of the road, I found one of my favorite survival plants, the thimbleberry. And it looks a lot like a raspberry. And by the way, any segmented berry, let's see if that'll focus. Let's see, there we go. You can see how it's made up of lots of little pieces. Any berry that's like that is good to eat. It's totally safe. And if you look at this, these plants, these leaves are nice and broad. This makes great toilet paper, but what I want is that it just comes right off. And there it is. That is so delicious. Alright, we're at the trailhead, and any good survivalist will tell you it's best to keep water in your stomach, not in your canteen. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got about half a bottle of water left, drink most of it coming up, but I also know that there's a creek up on the trail where I can refill this. I have another water bottle in my pack as well, but for now, we're going to finish this one off, take a short break here, and then we'll be heading up. As Keeper and I were biking up here, well, she ran, I biked, I realized that I forgot to pack dog food for her, which means that as a good parent, what little food I brought for myself, I have to now share with the dog. And that means that the pressure's really going to be on me to try to find some wild edibles out here. Clover, dandelion, maybe some huckleberry, more thimbleberries. If we can make it to the lake that I'm hoping to get to, because I don't even have my map right now. My map is back in town. I wasn't able to go get it. If we make it to the lake, I know that there's wild cutthroat trout in there, so that'll be good. I do have a fishing license and some survival fishing gear. So what was planned to be more of a just demonstration of survival skills is now actually me surviving for the night. So this is all completely real now. Nothing is staged anymore because all my food's got to go to her because I have to make sure that she's okay and that she's got energy to protect me if something were to happen. So that's where we're at with all that. Well, you ready to get going? All right, off on the trail we go. And that, my friends, is what we call a beautiful sight. Goat's beard hanging all over this tree. I think I'll take some and stick it in my pocket. Because as you know, this is a great fire starter. Goat's beard. I tell you what, I'm happy as a clam right now. I found wild raspberry out here now too. Check this out. That's raspberry. You know, this may be a good trip after all. This is another good thing. Check this out. That, if it'll focus, is a huckleberry. Where is it? Pick it here. It's not a very big one. There's not many on this bush. But nonetheless, that is a huckleberry. There you go. Now you can see it. You can tell because the bushes are pretty skimpy. Delicious. There's a few here on the bush. I guess I came out just the right time as I'm going up. The thimbleberries are getting more and more juicy and thick. Now I'm finding huckleberries. I found raspberries. I would say that the Lord's looking out for me, and this is a great time of year to come out. Today is August 31st, so if you're going to be lost in Montana, that's the time to be lost. Well, we've been hiking for a little bit now, actually close to about half an hour, and I'd be making better time except I keep stopping to graze. There have been huckleberries everywhere, thimbleberries everywhere, raspberries everywhere. So since I'm not going to have any food tonight that's guaranteed, I've been eating as I go, kind of grazing. The drawback is, though, is that it's slowing me down. I'd love to just spend the time and sit and pick a bunch and throw it in a plastic bag, but the truth is I don't have time if I want to make it to that lake tonight. When I was up here a month ago, this was a raging creek coming down the side of the mountain. And it's fresh water, but now it's just a trickle. So I'm gonna have to go up a little bit to where I see it's a little bit more, a lot more volume coming through in order to fill up my water bottles, because I was planning on filling up here before I continue to the top. I'm about halfway there right now. Man, that's disappointing. It means all the winter runoff is done basically. This is getting tougher than I thought. And you guys thought I was kidding about all these huckleberries, huh? Well, I kid not. I love the view right here. That's the Tobacco Valley. That's where I live, is way down there. And where we're going. Look how close we are to that now. Pretty cool. So we're almost up through the pass. Remember earlier when I was at my camper, I showed you guys this mountain. And now we're like right there. I started way down there. Gosh, I love Montana. You know, it's times like this where I'm so glad that I'm a minimalist backpacker, that I don't carry 60-pound packs anymore. Because I tell you what, this is brutal. I'm in good shape. I'm a tracer. I'm an athlete in my own right. I do parkour. And this is killing me. The elevation there is so much thinner up here. And this is almost a 2,000-foot elevation change from where the trailhead starts. It doesn't even count the going uphill I did with the mountain biking, so I am whipped right now. We are in the middle of the pass at the moment. I'll show you that here. The split for the lake is just up ahead there, up that way. And I'll be able to split off for the lake up there. So that's pretty cool. The dog is tired. Let's see, where is she? Yeah, tired puppy. But check this out. We're right in the middle of the pass now. That's pretty cool, because that's that side. And there's another one off over there that you can't really see too well right now. So yeah, we're almost there, but I needed to take a break. I was like, we are out of thimbleberry range. Thimbleberries are done. Huckleberries up here are not in bloom yet. Now down lower, about 20 minutes ago, I was actually just surrounded by them, so I took some time to graze there a little bit more. My fingers are all pink and purple because of that, as you can see. So, yeah, we'll check back in once we get up to the split for the trailhead. Alright, well, we are up at the top. It's all easy walking from here, headed to the lake. So, it's about 3 miles if I go all the way to Bluebird, which is where I know there's fish. But there's another one a little bit closer. And so we're going to try out that one and see how that goes. Because personally, I don't want to walk 3 more miles right now. So, we shall see. Looks like there's a fire through here or something. All these dead trees. It's crazy. But now you can really see there's one side of the pass. There's the other side of the pass. So El Director is smack dab in the middle. And good news, huckleberries. Yay. So that means I will not be, back to me. So what that means is that El Director will not be going hungry tonight. That makes me a happy El Director. And all these dead trees looks like something from Alice in Wonderland. It's pretty creepy looking. Lots of dead trees. Crazy. You know, I think that probably one of my favorite parts about doing these shows and getting to do this is just the beautiful areas I get to see and being totally alone and isolated from society. It's a feeling unlike anything you can possibly imagine, to know that you're out there alone and just experiencing nature firsthand as God intended it. Alright, well, kids, what I am doing right now is something I never suggest you do, and that is I have gotten off the trail because I'm headed to water. There's a lake right here I saw. I'm tired, I really don't want to go much further. I need to figure out if there's fish here for us to eat, or at least for me to eat so the dog can have some other food, or vice versa. I'll give her some fish too. But But man, is that a sight for sore eyes. Check that out. I saw it from the trail. That's a lake right there. And we are approaching it here very, very quickly, so I'll just walk with you guys here. Or better yet, you'll come take a walk with me. It's cooling off a little bit now, which is nice. It is 3:15. It's been exactly 3 hours, about 3.5 hours since I left the house. Now, I don't know if there's gonna be fish in here or not, but at least there's water. This is not looking as promising as I thought initially. That's not good. But the dog's thirsty, I'm thirsty, so I think this is gonna have to do. Here we go. Check it out. It's all dried up here. There's the water. There's dog in the water. And I don't know if there's anything alive in there or not. But I guess we'll find out. You know, oftentimes we just have to make do with the situation that we're thrown into, as was the case here. I ended up nicknaming this lake Mud Lake. It doesn't have a name on any of the topographic maps or anything. And this just goes to show that you will be thrown curveballs when you're in the great outdoors. I hadn't been here before. You know, I didn't know which lake this was or anything like that. I later was able to look at the map and figured out that it didn't have a name, which is why we called it Mud Lake. And there ended up not being any fish in there or anything like that. So this was quite the hungry trip for me. I tell you what, that water is super shallow. I don't know if there's anything in there, but it's clean, which is good. I'm not gonna drink it straight up. I do have a purifier, but I don't think there's gonna be any fish in there, which means I'm gonna have to exist off of berries for tonight. But we're gonna try to catch some fish anyway. What I'll do is I'll make up a fishing line, and we'll let that do the work for me. That way I can go off or be off doing other things like gathering firewood and figuring out where we're gonna camp tonight, because this is all rocky right here. I don't want to be camping here. There's a good spot about 5 minutes up that way. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know, but this is it. All right, welcome to episode 5 of L Director Vision. I am your host, L Director, with my co-host, Mr. Miles. What's up? And we are in beautiful northwest Montana, hiking in the 10 Lakes area. We're doing maybe a 1 or 2 night backpack trip. We got the dog, we got the camera, we got bighorn sheep or mountain goats up there. Life is good. We got firearms. We're locked, cocked, and ready to rock. Stick around. It's gonna be a cool show. All right, Mr. Miles, what's going on right now?
Well, we were coming down to Mud Lake to give the dog some water, and we heard a rock slide.
What did we think it was at first?
Well, we were expecting a bear.
But what was it? We didn't see a bear.
Well, we came down to where we could look up onto the cliffs, and we saw a group of mountain sheep.
Let's take a closer look. And this is what's making my dog go nuts right now. We'll start here and we'll pan to you and you can say what's up.
What's up?
No, explain what's going on. Are we at the lake yet?
No, we're about halfway from where we came out on the Highline Trail to Bluebird Lake.
Okay. It's a beautiful view though, isn't it?
Gorgeous.
We're talking about most people don't get to see stuff like this. Which is why I'm videotaping this for all you couch potatoes at home. So now you get to live the wilderness from the comfort of your own living room. Isn't that awesome? I'm such a smart aleck. We were contemplating setting up the camera, going over to the meadow and walking out of the trees like the Expendables. But ultimately we just didn't feel like walking all the way through the meadow just for that shot. So you guys gotta put up with what we've got for you right now. But this is cool. There's been a lot of huckleberry out here. We saw the bighorn sheep things, or mountain goats, and it's turned into a good trip so far. Dogs ran off a couple times, So no big loss there. And yeah, it's going good. And this is in our backyard. Should it push me off the cliff? I don't think. That last section we just climbed was brutal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was intense. I had to go on dog assist, put the pup on a leash, and have her pull me along. But the good news is that's level. We're nearing the top, so hopefully we're almost at our final destination. Is that a sight for sore eyes or what? Bluebird Lake. And we actually saw a bluebird on the way up, so that's pretty cool. And this lake is filled with cutthroat trout. And, Lord willing, we will be catching cutthroat trout. And we'll show you how that works. We'll show you how to clean them. And most importantly, how to eat them. All right, we're here at Bluebird Lake. We've got our camp basically kind of set up. We're hungry though. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We haven't eaten yet. So we said, okay, let's go catch some fish. But before we get fish, we need to get our frying rock going, because if you've seen in the previous episodes, I like using a frying rock to cook my food. And we're also using my favorite char cloth method. Go watch episode 4. You'll see how I make the stuff. This is char cloth. It's a little bit windy, so we'll see how this goes. But I'm gonna stick it inside this little nest I made of goat's beard and twigs. Take my flint off, which I always wear around my neck. And as you guys have seen, it makes lots of cool sparks. And I'm gonna have you get really close on this as it goes, because it's gonna catch a orange ember here. See how it's glowing orange? So from here you just cup it. Feeling a little embarrassed right now because I had it in my pocket. That was the problem. So, as you can see, I make mistakes too sometimes. I stuck the goat's beard in my pocket, and we were walking through dew this morning on the trail, so it got soaked, unfortunately, and didn't dry out, and that's why I'm struggling with this right now. So I think I'm gonna go try to find some dry goat's beard, and then we'll give this another go. Okay. Round 2. Now, as you can see, we've got a whole bunch more goat's beard. I'm using a lot more char cloth too to give me some more time. This char cloth too isn't very good. I made this out of gun cleaning patches, and if you look close here, you can see it's actually melted a little bit, so it's almost got more of like a fiberglass texture to it. Not that great for making char cloth. Use your old t-shirts. But let's see what we can do now. Really stick that in there tight. What I like about char cloth, as opposed to like just trying to start the goat's beard dry, is it only takes one strike to get the char cloth lit, and then you blow it into a flame, and that ends up heating up the goat's beard. Whereas usually, if I was just doing this naturally, you end up wearing down your bar. I've got a nice little curve on there from doing that before. Missed it. One more. There it goes. Or my fishing glasses, or the Altoids for later. And there you go, fire with char cloth and goat's beard. Finally. Okay. Alright, well, we had a cutthroat trout lunch, which was delicious. Keeper, the dog, got to have some too. And so that was really cool. So now we're getting our tent set up. I've got my -20 sleeping bag here. That'll keep me nice and warm tonight. I was so mad that I decided to bring the sleeping bag about the weight issue that I didn't even pack a foam pad. I was going to take down some tree branches, but ultimately I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go without it, just sleep on the ground, see how that goes tonight. If I need to, I can change it again tomorrow. So now I'm making a mess of my camping gear as I get ready to put the sleeping bag in there. And, yeah, we're getting settled in, but yeah, I just must say lunch was delicious. Can't wait. So after this, it'll be maybe a little exploring, more fishing, good stuff like that, because then we gotta get ready for dinner, and oh, we gotta get lots of firewood too. It's 5 o'clock and we don't have firewood for tonight, so we'll get that going here too. And as a general rule, it's always good to fluff out your sleeping bag like hours before you're going to go to bed, so it has a chance to poof up and insulate you during the night, because this is what's going to keep you warm. I have to admit that when it comes to backpacking and the great outdoors in general, fishing is probably one of my favorite activities. I've been brought up doing it since I was a kid, and here at this lake at Bluebird, what we're using to catch the fish is what's called a MEPS spinner, and you can pick them up for just a couple bucks at your local sporting goods stores. I find that silver blades with orange pieces of rubber on the end works out best, but you can try it out and see what works out best for you. But these are just absolute trout killers. And if you get the orange ones, you can also use them come salmon season as well, because salmon are just attracted to the color orange. And as you can see here, they work out pretty well. Yeah. Nice.
It is.
Nice cutthroat. You gonna eat it?
Yeah.
Right on. To all the friends at home, unfortunately this is the way you kill the fish. And that, friends, is how we do it. Alright, well, as you guys can see, I've got two beautiful, there we go, cutthroat trout. And again, as you know, they're cutthroat because they've got these red veins right there underneath their gills. So now we're going to show you how to clean the fish. This is pretty cool. Take your knife, and on the cutthroats it's really easy because you've got the it already marked out. And up. So you're just going to find the soft spot on the skin, stick your knife through, right there, and go all the way up to the top, okay? Next thing, find the fish's butt, which is right there. See if you can, so you can see you're going to insert the knife, and then with gentle sawing motion all the way up to the top. And if we look inside here, this was a female starting to make some salmon eggs, as you can see. Alright, so now you've got a fish slit. You've got slits up here. You're going to take your finger, shove it inside, grab up through the hole that you made there. My other hand, I'm going to grab the fish's jaw, and then you just pull straight down, and everything come out in one swoop. There's all the guts, throw those in the water. And then finally, I'll rinse them off real quick, and I'll show you something else. There's on the back of the spine here, there's a blood pack, and to pop it, you just take your thumb, push it against the spine, squeeze all the way up, wash it again. Now you have a nice cleaned trout for the barbecue. Where's my angle? There's my angle. Alright, well we're up on top of a beautiful ridge right now. We're hiking over to the Wolverine Lakes. We were over at Bluebird, which is where our camp is. We're going to the Wolverines for the day to check out the fishing, have some lunch, just kind of relax, chill out for a bit. But you guys gotta see this view. This is incredible. Check this out. See, we started way over there. Now we're on this ridge. And let's see here. Yeah, you can see our lakes. Down there, there's one. And the other one's hidden over there. You can't really see right now because of the tree. But it is gorgeous up here. Check out this view, friends. Just mountains all around. It's awesome. What you working on?
Well, I got some blisters, so I just put some moleskin on.
Fun times.
Yeah.
The hazards of backpacking. There's the dog who stinks because she's rolled in some horse manure. So we put out our cooking fire, and there's steam bubbles rising to the surface from underwater, and they poof, with like steam. It's the craziest thing. I've never seen that before in my life. Poof. Poof. Pretty cool, huh? Alright, well after a long day of hiking, we decided it's time to refresh. Miles has already jumped in the water here, so now it's my turn, I guess. And since I missed getting him on videotape, I'm the lucky fool that gets to be filmed doing it. So anyway, here we go. I don't know about this, man. I just don't know. Oh man, that's nuts. Or should I say no nuts? We're crazy. Mr. Miles has a blister. Look, you can wiggle that like a loose tooth. Oh. Viewer discretion advised. Oh, gnarly. Burn, baby, burn. Got a fire going. Good fire. You in the blackness, which I can't see.
I'm right here.
Yeah, but I can't see you. Anyway, that's sweet. Except now it's not even focusing. Bummer. Alright, well, good morning. It's our last night here, our last day here. We spent 2 nights. I'm having some breakfast before we hit the trail. We're going to go up the peak and down. And fish protein's a great way to make sure you've got your energy for the day. That, and I'll be cracked out on lemon drops too. So I should be in a very good mood the rest of the day. It's a fish kebab. Num, num, num. Please pardon the bad hair day. I want to show you guys also now what I'm having for breakfast. I had the fish. This is hot cocoa with peanut butter granola mixed into it. It's like a big Reese's cup, and it's actually pretty good. I love outdoor cooking. The joys of tearing down camp, and it's raining. Wonderful. Let's look around. We've had beautiful weather the past few days. Now we've got this overcast sky that's starting to sprinkle on us. It's not cool. Dog doesn't seem to mind though. Must be nice to be her. Made a comment to me about breaking down camp. What was it?
This was probably the fastest I've ever broken down a camp.
Yeah? How long did it take you?
I didn't look.
About 40 minutes. Well, it's been fun, but now we get to make our way back. And instead of going back the way that we came in, we're going to have a little miniature adventure, one last hurrah here. We're going to climb to the top of the mountain peak, sight to Glen Lake, which is near where Miles lives. Should be about 5 miles away. And then using the compass, we'll take a reading and bushwhack our way to it entirely. So we'll be off trails. I think there's a creek we have to cross. We'll take a look at the map when we get to the top of the mountain. But this is gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Kukanusa, parts of Eureka. But check this out, guys. This just gets more and more spectacular. Bet you wish you were here. And this, friends, is dangerous. If you slip, you'll snap your ankle. You go tumbling all the way down. It's a long way down. So, the moral of the story, kids, don't fall on the rock slide. So you guys can see what I'm looking at, all the layers of the rock. And we're heading up to the highest peak, or the highest point in the Eureka, Montana area. This peak that we're on now is the dividing line between Ten Lakes Wilderness and living area. Check that out. We're now standing on Kasanka Peak. It's a gorgeous view. I'm gonna walk up there where we get a great view of the city as well as where we're headed. You guys are gonna love this, I guarantee it. That was brutal, huh, Miles?
Yeah.
But we did it. Alright, just gotta cross over some stuff here. I'll give you a first person view of what I'm looking at as I walk. We'll stand up here. Check that out. So there, let's see if we can find it. There's the lake. And that housing area is Eureka. I'm assuming that's Glen Lake right there?
Yep.
That's Glen Lake, that's where we want to go. And we came from somewhere over that direction initially, hiked all the way over that direction, somewhere over there. Or is it up that way? I don't know. And now we're here. Right there, see, there's my feet. Here I am. Pretty cool. All right, well, 3 hours later, we've made it down the mountain. We've been following this old service road, forest road. So you guys, well, you can't really tell it's a road here, but trust me, it is. And we came to what on the map showed was the bridge, but now there is no bridge. And no amount of parkour will get me across that. So we're gonna have to use this little makeshift log bridge right there and hope that we don't fall in the water. Here we go. All right, so now we're just waiting for the ride to come get us. We had a great time. We've dropped, I think, about 3,500 feet in about 3 hours, something like that. Maybe it was 3,000, I don't know, I'd have to check the map again. But we had a great time doing this. It was definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The views were incredible. I still can't get over those, as you saw throughout this. Thanks for sticking along for the ride. Miles, anything else you want to say?
Not really. I just hope that we'll be able to do something like this again soon.
Totally. So, be sure to check back next time for L Director Vision. This is L Director signing out. Static.